Welcome back. Here I am, Cosmojohn, with Mr. Christian Tinguma.
It's me.
Do you have a social media handle that like is old? Because I know you have one that
Old? Like an
older
one?
one.
Yeah, I do actually. It's a really iconic one. Mr. Hipster.
Oh!
Mr. Hipster is followed me since I was like 12.
Oh.
So I made it 13. the same thing with my email. It's my name and then 17@gmail.com.
Where'd you get it? Where'd you get the name Mr. Hipster?
Mr. Hipster. So back in the day, back when I was like 12, going into 13, I was like, being a hipster's so cool. Like, it's gotta be so
Oh, man.
Yeah, it's gotta be so cool. Look at them, they have big glasses.
Oh my fucking god. I got it. From my point of view, it's always been something that everyone hates.
Everyone hates.
Yeah, it's like, hipsters.
Yeah, no, I didn't get the memo at that point, I guess. So I was like, that's a style I want to adopt, I guess. So that's just the name I took at that point, and it's stuck with me since then. And with it, I made it when I was 12, and I put 13 because I was like, I'm gonna grow into it, and I didn't take into account that I would have it almost a decade later. I would have the same username plaguing me on that social media site. Luckily, other ones allowed me to change it, so I've moved on. I'm now Christmas Tangerine.
Yes, Christmas Tangerine.
Yeah, both of those are misspellings of my name. How both my first name and last name have been misspelled or misinterpreted.
All right, well, starting off with the first question.
Oh, hold up. I heard the last podcast opened up with the cracking of a alcohol can.
Last recorded one.
Yeah, so I'm gonna start it off with the lighter flick of hitting this bowl.
Alright.
I'm out of alcohol for right now.
Let's see if you can hear.
This is my real shit.
Yeah. Oh. Damn, dude. I'm not sure if we're gonna be able to conduct this podcast. You gotta be completely sedated.
No, I can do it. Oh. I have to get the smoke buddy.
I was about to say immediate regret.
No.
Well, as for me, I am a few drinks in already, so I'm going to try my best to conduct this podcast.
I felt good.
Oh, yeah, okay.
I'm sociable now.
Well, first question here. When do you think you met me?
You personally?
Yes,
so I'm going to say that like met you I suppose was probably the end of sophomore year pool party that we had that Daniel was going his going away party.
Oh yeah,
I would say it was then. That's probably when I got acquainted with most of the group, I would say.
Who invited you to that party?
David or Austin
or us?
It's probably David now that I think about it. Yeah, I would say David or Austin. Those are the two culprits right there.
You know, I think I have ever so slight memories of you being there, but
yeah.
I think the real first memories I think I have you that I do remember in mostly full are those couple days that Austin, David, and I would walk to Whataburger and met up with you and a few others.
Oh,
was that before or after that pool party?
Aaron and Isaac were there, huh?
Yeah.
That was probably before.
That
was probably before.
Okay, wow. Yeah, I remember that more so than the party.
Yeah, because it was... Oh, shit. Yeah, no, now that I think about it, that couldn't have been junior year. I had really long hair back then. Yeah. And junior year was the big haircut.
Wow, really?
Yeah, junior year was when I cut the, long hair off.
I don't remember that. I feel like it was later.
No, it was junior year. That's when we had Davis. And he was like, you had all your hair. You cut it off.
That sounds like it.
Yeah, dude, huh?
A little jealous either way.
It sure is. Yeah, so I would say the pool party, I guess, was the first time we probably interacted. But if it wasn't then, and we truly started interacting more on the active side, I suppose, is probably
the summer.
And it was when we would hang out with Marion at her apartment. It was Truck Boys.
Charlie.
Or is that when we? Oh wait, oh my fucking god.
That was during those like.
Oh my
I never
God.
went to the mall more than that summer that we went
Was
to the mall.
that before Truck Boys?
That was
Or-
before Chuck.
That was before Truck Boys.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm getting this all fucking wrong.
Yeah, I can tell from my Instagram profile, looking back on that every now and then because I have to.
That was pre-Lucas.
Yeah,
Uh-huh.
yeah.
There we go. Wow. Okay, that's how we can take this.
You can-
That's,
You can see in my Instagram profile there was like 5 posts in a row of us hanging out at the mall because we just had so much shit to do.
You know the fucking thing? I hate them all. I hate them all. Like I can't go to them. I don't like going to the mall now. I was just at the mall yesterday.
Wow.
I went to Cheesecake Factory.
Oh my god.
Yeah, and it was a 20-minute wait. And I went with Sierra and Carol. Love them.
Mhm.
I went with them, and I turned to Carol after I hear about the 20-minute wait, and I'm like, Sierra better not make me walk into the mall right now. And like clockwork, she turns around, she's like, I'm gonna go kill some time in the mall. I was like, okay,
Hey, man, I don't know.
Here we go, man.
I probably would too. I haven't seen the mall in years.
And okay, so I'll say this. So you got in my car today, and you were like, in passing, you were like, "There's something different about you," and I completely brushed it off. Like I just didn't say anything about it. Do you know what it is?
Yes.
What is it?
You got a haircut.
I got a haircut. Good. How long did it take you to figure that out?
It took me. I
Like 2
looked
minutes
at you.
after you said that?
No, not even. I noticed as soon as I got. In
Oh,
the car.
so you saying there's something different about you is a complete
It was a
gag and
joke.
gaff.
Yeah.
You could have fooled me.
Well, I think a topic changed too fast for me to be able to
Probably.
say.
I completely brushed it off because
Yeah.
I was like thinking of something else. But I remembered it like halfway through the drive. I was like, did he ask me that? Like, does he get it?
I could have gaslit you.
You could have gaslit me,
But
but I put my trust in you. So, okay.
But yeah, you can see on my Instagram account how it's just like 5. It's like this era of going. We went to the. I've never been to the mall as much as I did during those weeks, and I would have liked to more. And that really was like, wow, I'm going to the mall every day now.
I guess I was more. I guess I'll say I was less conscious of not so much my appearance, but maybe my appearance, my gait.
Your gait.
Yeah, my gait. Just like how I am in public.
Uh-huh.
Like I people tell me I walk really fast, and I know I walk fast. Okay, like I get it. I
you?
try my hardest not to, but it just kind of happens.
I really noticed that.
I just kind of walk fast.
Interesting.
Yeah, so it's
I feel like I walk really slow, and I don't really notice that.
and people walk slow. That's the thing. So I'm behind them, and I try to like move to the side, and then they'll like kind of drift over slowly, and I'm like, please get out of my way.
It sounds just like you're driving.
Yes, and it's like that's just how I am at the mall too.
Yeah.
It's like that at the mall. And it's like
Speed
I
demon.
hate being here. I know I live life in the past.
Hmm.
If we had superpowers, I'm fully convinced I would have super speed just by my aura.
Yes,
alone,
sweet
I
dreams,
suppose,
babies.
yeah. What?
You listen to Sweet Dreams.
Sweet. Yeah. No, I'd listen to Time in a Bottle. That's the cooler one. It's the cooler scene, I would say.
Okay. Well, so back to that pool party. Oh goodness. What was your impression of the entire group in that first
It
party?
was cool. It was cool. It was at a moment where I didn't have a lot of people to hang out with, like at all. So like really any friends at the moment was like it was a cool thing. Like I really like it was like thank God friends or whatever.
Wow.
But yeah, seeing the seeing the group and knowing, I guess like having a slight connection there with Austin, and I have like a familiar face. Yeah, I'm like, okay, if anyone, like, if this goes wrong, I'll just, like, talk to Austin and, whatever.
Did you know that it was like a group, or did you kind of show up and you knew people were friends with Austin and David, but you didn't know we were all friends? Did you assume it was just a party and people were showing up?
No, I knew it was a group. I knew it was the group. I think it had been told to me beforehand that it would be the group party.
Did you know that we were, like, was it something that you saw us at school, or you were told that it was a group?
I knew of Smash Club.
Oh, wow.
I knew of David Geronimo.
Who didn't?
Who did? Exactly. That's
Come
the
on,
fucking
let's
thing.
see.
I knew of David Geronimo, and I knew of the people who he associated with, and I knew Austin was one of them. And I had English with Austin my freshman year. I believe.
Wow, freshman year.
No, was that freshman year? Or was it sophomore? Who was you remember Life SD? That's got
I think I've heard of them,
freshman.
but I don't know them. No.
Yeah, that might be fair. He became the football coach, but he stopped teaching English.
I'm not familiar.
He was a cool guy. He started drum club actually. But anyways, so back to it. I had him in that English class, and he would always like Hunter and I would be like, Austin, tell us a joke.
You're a clownfish, right?
Yeah, he would just tell us jokes and they'd be funny. And I stopped asking.
He was very good at that.
Yeah, and Hunter kept asking him to tell jokes, and I remember one time Austin telling me that he would take a different route to class so Hunter wouldn't catch him, so we didn't have to tell a joke that day. It was so funny.
He's very good at that. I'm sure on a daily basis. Just
yes, it would get tiring. Every now and then, it was like, that is so fucking funny. Thank you, Austin. So I just thought Austin was this funny guy in my class, right? But his aunt, my niece's mother,
yes. God.
Was like,
yeah, I still don't. I'm too buzzed to comprehend that. But I'm moving past
it's a weird thing. We won't talk about it right now. She was like, and yeah, Austin, he hangs out with what's his name? David. David Geronimo. And I was like, God, yeah, I know about David Geronimo. And then it clicked. I was like, that's Austin. We used to hang out as children. That's crazy. It's insane.
Oh, yeah, I forgot about that whole thing.
Yeah, there's like photographs, like physical photographs printed out of Austin and I as like 6-year-olds.
Oh my God.
And we're like,
tell me a little bit about Austin from childhood.
From childhood. He was let me think. Because it's like, how do you...
He's a little bugger.
Because I'm thinking about Austin now, and I'm like, how would I compare that to Austin as a child? I don't know. I always found him funny, kind of. And at that point in time, it was just like, he's another fucking kid to hang out with. Sure, he's around my age. Yeah, we're both dudes.
That's how kids are.
We're dudes being dudes. You know what I mean?
Even if kids are just pretty willing to make friends.
Exactly. So we would always hang out, and he was gonna be around. You know what I mean? Because he's in the family, kind of.
So yeah.
So we were hanging out there. We were at my brother's wedding, which is his aunt's there. They were married. We were at the wedding. It was on a beach. We were hanging out. Yeah, it was crazy. And then they split up. Yeah. So I just never thought of Austin again after that.
So that connection is split up now. You're not related in the slightest? Is that it?
I guess not. I mean, our nieces still are in the picture. They visit us a lot. Maddie and Riley. They have a room at my mom's house.
Wow.
My old room, actually, my room from high school, is their room in case they ever want to go over and stay. So they're much more involved in the family now than they were back then. So yeah, but his aunt really we don't talk to her a lot. But I mean, I guess my mom does. Obviously, they have to talk about the girls. So I mean, yeah, there's that.
It's interesting.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, even as a child, I knew Austin's mom. And I would sleep over there and stuff.
Wow, you'd sleep over at
Austin's house. I was there.
Wow.
Way back when there was a wall there, and it got off. The wall's no longer there.
I remember that
exactly.
Wall.
Yeah.
Hopefully, I can throw up a picture of it.
One time we were playing. Let me tell you about this. One time we were playing Ultimate Alliance, and Austin famously scared of clowns at that point.
Wow.
yeah. I don't know if he's still afraid of clowns.
I don't think I've ever heard of that.
Yeah. We were playing Ultimate Alliance, and there's this one level. It's a pinball level, and there's clowns in it. Scary clowns,
spooky, scary.
And Austin and I were kicking ass. We were doing so good in Ultimate Alliance.
Did he start playing bad?
No, we get to this level, and he's like, I can't play this level. I don't want to play this level. No, it's like, Austin, why? We gotta play the level.
How old are you?
We got 7, 6 or
I
something.
Can't do this.
Yeah, he's like, I can't play this level. And I was like, Austin, why?
We were doing good.
We gotta play the level. He's like, there's clowns. Dude, it's crazy.
Wow.
Yeah.
Did you get past it?
No, I've never.
I wonder if he's ever gotten
never
past
gone
it.
to that fucking level.
Oh my
I
God.
personally have never played that level. Sore subject this day.
Wow.
So that was Austin. Austin was my friendly face there at that pool party.
And that's crazy that you guys met up in high school. I'm just like, I wonder if he knew that you were the same Christian.
I wondered if he knew that as well. I wonder when it clicked for him that it was me.
Yeah. Whether it was from the beginning. Or,
Yeah, because
or realization.
when I brought it up to him, he wasn't like, "Whoa, that's crazy!" Like he fucking knew. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
when were you gonna tell me? You know what I mean? Like, I thought we had something. Fuck me, right?
Wow, what a guy.
You know, you think you know someone, right?
Well, yeah, I kind of had that with his episode. Yeah, you know, I told you I was going to Narbor him.
Yes.
And I don't know if I told you the result of that, but I kind of did all the points and he kind of did not react at all. He was not sober, but I don't know. I think it's just kind of him. He's a little hard to surprise.
That's crazy. I don't even know what I would have hit him with, realistically.
Oh.
However, Colin, he brought up his cousin the other day, and he said the name. He said Woogie, and that really, like, you know, and like...
Like a key, like unlocks a corner.
It was like a dolly zoom. Yeah, I was like, what? Yeah, I was like, I remember that. And I remember Woogie being like a fucking baby. Like a child. Yeah. So it's crazy. You told me he was like 18?
Yeah,
like,
he's driving.
That's insane. Like, Austin told me he came in drunk the other day and he was like, "What's up, Woogie?" And I was like,
dropped him off.
I was like, wow, that's crazy. So that definitely really, like, not really. It didn't like, strike me or whatever, but it kind of put like stuff into perspective. I was like, oh shit, that's where we are now.
There's a lot of people that within the friend group, like relatives of friends who I knew in high school as little kids and are now.
And now they're like, yeah.
Big.
It's crazy. It's insane.
So, do you remember the first party, not kickback, because that's kind of a label we name parties after graduation.
Yeah,
but
after high school. That's the crazy part.
Do you remember the first kind of get together of the group aside from that pool party that was your first appearance?
What would you label as a get together? Would it be one if we were like to meet up at like sunrise? Because we also did that as like casual hangouts as well.
That is good. If that's the first example, then you could count it. But if not,
I don't even remember. It was like that. Maybe it was a movie, but no, it couldn't have been a movie. I think my earliest movie with y'all was probably what came out first: Teen Titans Go or Endgame.
Oh, this fucking
what a question! Right?
Never would have thought I'd be faced with that question my entire fucking life, and I don't know it even.
It was one of those. It was Teen Titans Go or Endgame. I saw with the group.
Man,
I know.
that's a good question.
I missed out on Spider-Verse with the group. I didn't see it.
Yeah, well, that was kind of a small group. Honestly, not everyone was excited for it. And honestly, the plans for it were like 2 days before it came out. Anyway,
it's crazy. It's crazy.
I was not excited for that movie in particular until the day before, and I was like, "Wait, this is kind of awesome! I can't wait! I'm gonna be watching this tomorrow. I'm excited."
A lot of people were not excited. I mean, it's kind of crazy. I remember seeing the first teaser trailer, and I was like, "That's interesting." It's Spider-Man.
One of the plans I had to watch it tomorrow was like, oh man, this is tomorrow. It's like, it's a fucking Spider-Man movie. Oh, this is gonna be awesome.
Yeah, it also hit me like in the theater. I was like, oh, I'm about to watch Spider-Man. Like, here we go. I'm buckled in.
Fuck yeah.
and then I sat there and I was like, wow, that was great. That was a great fucking movie. Fantastic movie. We did the rewatch recently, and it was a fucking great movie. Yeah.
Solid, very solid.
Yeah, I would agree.
Is there anyone in the group that you feel is a little bit like you hate them? You know,
like I hate them. Is this a real
It's not a real question. Yeah, I asked Austin if he believed in God and he took it seriously.
It's so fucking funny. I can see that. I can see him delving into it.
But hey, I mean, if you have an answer, be free.
I may throw it out, but I think the fun thing about it is I'll throw it out at random. You know what I mean? I'll say a name, and maybe you'll know. If you know, you know. You know, if you can make the connection.
Well, let's not forget. I forgot to mention this to you before we started recording, but I'm like
Of course.
down to edit anything. I can bleep, I
Okay.
can cut, I might cut this. Who
I'll,
knows?
I'll see what's up. I'll see what's up. I think
So,
you should cut
that's
the
what,
part where you talk about you editing. But like even then, maybe
I
don't because
can't.
I'm telling you maybe because maybe I want all of it in there.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Maybe I'm feeling dangerous.
That's where Austin went. Austin told me not to take anything out.
Yeah, it's kind of fun.
It is kind of fun.
It's this fun part about it.
In lieu of that, I'm gonna take a sip of this Mike's.
No, that hits. I'm riding through that one, so I finished my mics. I got nothing else to drink. I'm not gonna drink that dank ass Chardonnay.
Uh-huh. Who's the funniest member of the group?
Funniest member of the group.
Consistently funny.
Zeke. Zeke.
Austin, right? I think we kind of agreed on. We didn't ask that particular question. I think we kind of both had an understanding that was the way it is.
Yeah, he's definitely weird.
Doesn't even need to try.
He just said shit.
I can't think.
Yeah, he can't think of.
I can't think about it. Good lord.
Yeah, I would say Zeke.
Zeke, we love you, Zeke.
Yeah. Shout out Zeke. If I had to drink, I'd drink to it.
I'm excited for that episode.
Oh, that's gonna be crazy.
It's gonna be chaotic. I don't think you could top Austin though.
I gotta hear that in like Dolby Atmos.
Dolby Atmos.
Yeah. It'd be crazy.
So, obviously, the group is a bit separated now. It just kind of comes with graduating and living your fucking life. I mean, yeah,
Of course.
everyone has their own main character, their story. So, is there anyone in the group that you kind of miss seeing that you don't see as often as you used to?
It's a pretty. I'm not gonna say a big question, but I'll say it's a stacked question, I guess, because I could say Sierra.
Yeah.
Because I don't see her like as often as I used to, like maybe like 2 years ago or whatever.
Yeah.
Where we would see each other like all the time. We live together, you know what I mean? But I think the real answer, if we're talking like high school era, Matt. Oh, I miss Matt. Yeah, Matt was great. I don't know, maybe Jordan.
Oh,
you know what I mean?
dude, yes.
Jordan had his moments.
Absolutely.
Jordan was really funny to fuck with.
Fuck with.
Yeah, but he was also just really funny to hang with.
Yeah.
Like in Davis's class, I think it was really funny.
Great to hang out.
He was the straight man, but he wasn't. You know what I mean?
Yeah. When he got silly, it was also
when he got
pretty
silly,
funny.
it was like, yes,
Yeah. A little bit reserved guy, and it was just kind of funny seeing it come out of it.
But I see him sometimes, not like active, like
Out in the wild.
passingly. I see him at his job.
Yeah.
Because I'm there sometimes. I'm like Jordan.
I saw him, like twice on two separate occasions, like times that are completely separated, like by a couple months, and he was just there working. And I think he'd be from afar or something, and I'd be like, Jordan. He would look at me and like smile and point and be like,
the Jordan
"Ah,
smile.
Jordan."
Yeah.
I'm like, there he is, man. It's the guy.
Yeah, because like realistically, there's not a whole lot of people from the group that I don't
Like contact
see anymore. You know what I mean? Because like most of the group I'll see on occasion.
Uh-huh.
Now, like even like
through like get-togethers.
Yeah, do get-togethers and stuff.
Like there was that kickback era, like late.
Where like every
2021,
every other weekend, late 2021. I was just thinking like of.
Oh, sorry, 2022.
I was like a couple months ago.
Yes.
Yeah,
late 2022.
Yeah, where it was like every other weekend.
Yes. Every weekend.
Every weekend.
At
That
some
was crazy.
point, it was like that.
Baller. Yeah. That was cool. That was cool.
That was crazy. That was absolutely crazy.
Yeah, I was seeing like everybody and anybody that went to those kickbacks.
Yeah. That I get, yeah. You know, it's a little hard to be like, I miss this person, when generally you could say you saw them not too long ago. I mean, honestly, at this point, though, it's probably like half a year now.
Probably, yeah. But I, like, even then, I've seen... Oh, shit, when's the last time I've seen Zeke? No, I saw Zeke recently, actually. We hung out We hung out at
Okay.
Lindsay's.
Mhm.
Yeah. So I've seen Zeke, Nathaniel. I work with you in Austin.
That's a
So
fair number. That's a lot more people than others can say.
yeah, so I see y'all like every other day practically.
Yeah.
Um, sometimes I'll see Ariel. You know what I mean?
Every now, like once in a
Yeah,
blue moon.
I'll see Ariel. I see Sierra.
You did just see her.
I did just see Sierra. Sometimes I'll see David.
Uh,
I'll see,
that's a lot of people
yeah,
already.
exactly. So I see like most of the main group. You know what I mean? I see most of the core group.
Well, what is your favorite thing about a group like this?
A group like this.
Because I think even for us who are in this group or kind of grew up in this group, even we can tell that this is kind of an unusual circumstance.
Can you elaborate on that a little bit?
Well, you see other people and it's kind of like they have many friends and they're closer with some than others. And that might be true for people within the group, but you can still say that it is a kind of defined, homogenous group of people that we were all pretty close and pretty solid. And I think that's kind of an unusual circumstance. Because even then, like, that same kind of situation exists for three people, four people.
Everybody at one point has been as close knit as like they have with like someone else.
Not quite even, not quite that even, but yeah, that's basically it. Like you'd be surprised. So it's unusual, but my question was that, well, what's your favorite thing about that kind of weird thing? Like, do you look at that and be like, I like this thing about them?
Yeah, it's dope. It's a sense of community, I guess. Really.
Oh yeah.
And like maybe a little bit closer than that, because like obviously you can have a community where there's a little bit like a bit of like the outer rim group still there. Like
they definitely.
You could say fucking like a Discord chat is a community. You know what I mean? But like it was a sense of that. And everybody was cool, so I could hang out with like any combination of people at a time. And anybody who was free to hang out, like it's like, yeah, let's hang out, and everybody was down for it. Yeah. Everybody has their own like distinct personality, which is really funny. Like
there's not two people that I can say.
I know it goes without saying for like any group, I guess. Like people are people. Yeah. You know what I mean? Everybody's different, but it's just, I guess, like really truly different when you really know these people. Like you're the one that's actively interacting with these people, and you're like, oh, I'm witnessing these different personalities at work.
Sometimes you might even see them clash.
Yes, it's crazy. Like even if they do clash, sometimes it's just entertaining to watch. It's kind of funny. So yeah, those aspects of it.
Interesting, yeah. Interesting just the experience of having that is interesting enough, I guess.
It's like if this person was available to hang out today, maybe this person is. I'll see what's up, and usually someone would be available. Except for some days where it wasn't, and that would be boring. I wouldn't have like anything to do.
You're just quite unlucky.
Yeah, it's just like, okay, well, this is what I'm doing today.
Yeah, we're all walking different walks of life. You can see how some of us are employed.
Yes.
Part-time or even unemployed. Some are going to school.
Yeah. And this isn't a knock on the group. You know what I mean? Yeah. This isn't a knock on anything.
Yeah.
But there are fewer of us in school than I thought, I guess.
Yes. No, I talked about it in a previous podcast. Yeah, it's like...
I would assume that like most
3 people
would be in school. Yeah.
Well, there used to be a lot more, but a lot of us dropped out.
A lot of us dropped out, and the thing is, I never enrolled, and because I planned on taking my year or 2 off, because I wasn't sure. I know I could have gone for my basics, but I really wanted to be sure of it before I went.
Like a lot of people.
Yeah, and Sierra was my... What's the word? She was the one that was like, okay, bro, you're gonna go. Like, you gotta go.
She was pushing you to go.
She was the one that was pushing me to go. And then she fucking dropped out. And I was like, dude, what now? Like, what are we gonna do? The prom's tomorrow. Yeah, I didn't know what I was gonna do. And like slowly but surely, like everybody else kept dropping out. Like I don't know if she was the first one, but like there was definitely a point in time where like everybody just dropped. And I was like, ah, damn. Everybody that I knew that was in college is no longer in college.
It's not that I it's not like I was keeping up with everyone else, but I get the feeling from my point of view that I might have been the first. When I dropped out, I didn't hear about anyone else dropping out, but they might have. Who's to say?
Can I ask you? Did it feel like a big deal when you dropped out?
Yes, because my parents cared a lot that I was in college. And I knew they were going to be very upset with me when I told them, and I kind of just stopped showing up, and I was just kind of like, I stopped showing up a week ago. I haven't been going to school. So, when am I going to tell my parents? I don't know. I'm just going to have to prepare.
So it was the gradual attendance flunk out like you did, or did you
school just
you actively go out and you're like, hey, I'm not gonna do this anymore?
I was trying really hard to keep up with it, but I realized the reason I went to film class was not working out. I was learning nothing, and everything else was stressing me the fuck out. So why would I go? So I just kind of decided, and I stopped showing up, and then I was like stressing out about when to tell my parents, and then this little virus called COVID-19 started showing up, and I was like, that's kind of crazy. And then school shut down, and I was like, hey, mom and dad, school shut down, I'm not going anymore.
Truly a turning point, because I was ready. Not only was it Sierra dropping out, but it was also the pandemic, right? And I was like, no way am I going to do school online. I know myself, I'm not going to have the attention span for that. Yeah. I'm so lucky we were the last class to truly graduate normally before that hit.
Yeah, isn't that insane? Yeah, my sister's a year younger than me, and she got fucked.
Yeah, we got a prom. We got a graduation. We got everything.
God, I thought I was like...
we took it with us. We're like, the high school experience is gone forever.
I thought I was putting up with a bunch of bullshit, but I had no idea.
Fuck no, going in person was so much easier.
We just got to be high schoolers.
Yeah, we just got it kind of easier.
Some kids in elementary school got their elementary school experience messed up by that.
Oh my god, no! Some people will look at it and be like, "You have it online. It should be so much easier." It's like, it's not. Some people just aren't wired like that. Uh-huh. It's a completely different thing. Being in person and having people to do it with, I guess, people hands-on showing you this is how you're gonna do this, rather than me having to sit there. I obviously have distractions. The
temptations of everything around you.
I'm gonna fall for it. I'm a human.
You might eat. You might fucking eat.
I'm hungry. I'm gonna pause this. I might do something else.
Microwave something real quick.
Yes.
And then it becomes like a 20-minute break. Something like that.
It's crazy. Thank God.
Lucked out.
Truly.
Wow. Do you remember when you joined the group's Discord? Were you in the group's kick chat?
I was in the group's kick chat.
You were? I remember that now.
Yeah, I remember the kick days. It was the Wild West.
How is it saying that? I cannot believe... I do not associate you with being later.
With the kick era?
Kick was middle school... a whole era.
No, y'all definitely carried that over into high school, because I was in the kick chats.
It was the Wild West. You're completely right. And it might have been even worse before you got there. We were fucking unhinged as fuck.
I believe you.
I got Matt Rios to stick his hand into a toilet. It was crazy.
That is so funny.
I wasn't even...
He's so down. Fuck, Matt. God. I associate him with I started hanging out with him a little. You know what? Something about Matt as well. I met him... also before the group. Yeah, it was Austin, and then Matt, and then the group. Matt, I met at a PSAT summer camp.
Why did you go to that? It's a PSAT as well.
Look, they thought we were smart, and our parents were like, "Wow, I'm so proud of you. We're gonna put you in this." So we ended up falling in that. I also met one of my ex-girlfriends there. Which introduced me to someone else, and that was a whole big thing. So Matt Rios, I was there, and he was the only male in the class that I talked to, and I was like, Matt, what's up, man? And we kept talking. He was a cool guy, and then I found out that he was just a part of the group, and I was like, Matt, these people? And he's like, yeah.
What, these people? How did the conversation?
The group. it wasn't a formal conversation. It was like in passing, like maybe one or two.
What,
Like,
what year was this?
Like probably sophomore year.
Oh, so it was
Like,
during high school.
Probably during the party if you went.
I see.
Or like whenever I hung out with the group and Matt at a time. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I remember going over to Matt's house at one point, like just like we're like we're not doing anything. Matt doing anything? And then we just like showed up at his house and we hung out.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
Yeah.
I think the twins showed up too, maybe.
Who? The twins? Yeah, I think the twins.
I have that video. I remember that video vividly. I almost put it into the trailer for this.
That's
series.
crazy. I have a picture of it. It's on my Instagram, I think. No, I'm just tagging it. So, what was the original question?
I think I was just asking you if you were in the Discord or the Kick.
Oh yes, okay, yeah, I was in the Kick.
How close to you to the group when you joined that Kick? Like, did you already know everyone in the group when you joined that, or did you kind of like just meet us and joined it and then got your impressions from that chat? Because that would have been really bad.
No, I had to have known you all because we were making like Scott Pilgrim references as like, but deep into our like, we were watching it all the time, talking about it all the time. So we have had to have hung out at that point.
I guess
you know what I mean. So I didn't just like join it. I think like I got told about the Kick chat later, and then I got added, and I was like, "Hey guys," like, I remember yours, Austin, and David's like Adventure Time Pixie profile pictures.
Oh my fucking god! I forgot.
Yeah, those ones, and it was just color. It was the colors which I associated on. I was like, "Look at that! That's so fucking funny."
Oh my god.
I also remember the Facebook Messenger chat.
Yeah,
that we were in. Yeah, I didn't join the Discord until like. Let me think about it. Like the first time I joined the guy, because I know I was in it, which that is now the main hub of the group.
Right.
I guess. That's now the Kick. Definitely more organized. Definitely more
for sure
sanctioned and sanitized.
Absolutely.
Yeah. I know I was in that at one point, but I was either kicked or like left.
Uh-huh.
But I don't remember like originally when I was in it.
Yeah.
But I joined like maybe half a year ago. Probably. Well, you know what? Oh, I got a handy dandy little thing that if I go to my name, it says
when you joined.
When I joined, June 26th, 2022. Oh. Dude, it was like my 1 year anniversary in the Discord chat like yesterday.
Oh.
Really, a couple hours ago, really.
Wow.
Just, yeah, that's crazy.
All right.
What a coincidence.
Well,
I've been in the guy for a year now.
A year. Well, that's a lot less than we thought.
Yeah. Well, this is my return to the guy.
Right.
So I've returned to the guy.
Oh, so yeah, you were in there before.
Now. Yeah.
Okay. Well, so you hung out with people before the group, obviously, and you hung out with people outside of the group after. Very
like after what? High school?
After you joined
after I joined
the group, or kind of started associating with the group.
Oh, okay, yeah, like when I got initiated.
Yeah, so initiated. Yeah, the initiation. Like we brand you.
I have it.
Smash ball into your
Smash
back.
Logo.
So yeah, you hung out with people before, and you hung out with people very disconjoined from this whole setting after you joined. Did you ever get any kind of, how should I say this, prejudices or just kind of like assumptions about your character because you hung out with people like us? That group from high school, as I'm sure people know us as.
The only people, I didn't care, obviously, because I was hanging out with you all. It was fun. I was having fun, and that was my main goal. Yeah. I just wanted to like vibe, really. And the only people really to give me shit about it, and I'm not gonna be candid about it. I'll say names. This is the Uncensored podcast. The only people to give me shit about it really were like Lee and Hunter.
Oh really?
Yeah, it's like, oh wow, those are the people you're hanging out with now. It's like, fuck you, asshole. Yeah, so like that was the only shit I got for like hanging out with people, because like I'm pretty sure people thought y'all were The only people who thought you were like nerds or whatever or losers were like probably people on complete opposite ends of the spectrum in terms of like our personalities.
I
What I
think
mean?
that, but at the same time,
But like most people, like David Geronimo was like a popular kid.
Yeah.
As much as like he's not the
He got
typical
around.
popular kid. Yeah,
he got around.
yeah, he did. Yeah, everybody knew David Geronimo.
Yeah, I think that most people think we're nerds, but at the same time, I see people who I know would never associate with us both say we're like, not say, but kind of act like we're weird and nerds, but at the same time,
No, but I've seen like quote unquote popular kids like be like, hey, y'all guys,
right? Yeah,
like,
they would probably not talk to us, but then they hear that we made a video game club and be like, whoa, man, they're crazy.
Cool,
they did
guys.
it. We set up Smash Bros in the fucking hallway, and they'd be like, holy shit,
The Twister. People.
The Twister.
The Twister. Yeah,
yes.
People saw the Twister. You definitely made an impression. You guys were definitely an outspoken group, which was cool.
Mischievous.
I definitely wouldn't have done most things that I did had it not been for y'all just like doing it. You know what I mean? Like just like okay, let's do it right now. Yeah, it's like okay.
Give no fucks.
Yeah,
I can't tell you how
this is what we're doing.
I just became kind of numb. I don't think it made as much trouble as Austin and David singularly, but I was all together. Three of us, we did the most mischievous shit, and I just kind of became numb to like we might get yelled at by a teacher, but I don't know, man. It's the kind of thing where like, oh, we're gonna do this stunt, but it's not breaking any rules, but we probably could get yelled at for it.
Yeah, but like we'll need to like find it longer.
And that's like every other day. Just like we're not breaking any rule. What rule did I break? What law did I break?
What law am I breaking?
Exactly, but yeah, we were crazy.
That's crazy. Yeah, I guess I've never seen the crazy. I guess in high school at least, I definitely saw that y'all were vibrant.
Like that's a way to put it. Interesting way to put that.
Yeah, we're definitely out there, but in a cool way, I guess, in a good way. I wanted to hang out with y'all, so that was something. And yeah, just like people would like randomly like, hey y'all, and it's like, oh, you guys dap up that guy? Y'all know that guy?
I think that's mostly Austin and David. They would I would hang with them, and they would dab up a stranger and be like, huh?
It's because Austin's just knowledgeable about shit. Like he'll just talk about shit, and people
he will
people fuck with it.
He'll talk to anyone about anything.
Exactly, and David as well, but in a more like not animated way, but more like.
Yeah, I think he gets to like more of the connection of it.
Yeah,
like the person.
There's a vibe to it.
Just vibing. I don't think I could do what Austin does, where he can just talk about anything.
Definitely not.
If I get the vibe that someone's not into a particular interest, I won't even bring it up.
They're two of the most outspoken members of the group, if not the most outspoken members of the group.
The more sociable ones. I think that you could say that.
Sure. Yeah.
Extroverted.
Yeah, sociable, extroverted. Outgoing is the word, not outspoken. Outgoing is what I meant to say.
Yeah. Yeah.
Everybody else is really not reserved, but they
they fall somewhere in between.
Yeah. They'd rather hang out with mostly just the group and keep to that group, which I respect because also
it's a lot of people.
Yeah, I would also like to do. So, yeah.
I feel like I've kind of broken that a bit. I'm more comfortable with just talking to people.
Yeah, I mean,
I used to be in high school.
It just depends on the setting, I guess. Whatever is going on around me, whatever feeling I'm in.
I remember in high school, I just never wanted to meet new people.
Yeah, I didn't like.
I was just like, shut up. Let me get back in my stupid kick chat where you fucking weird as fuck.
I know. When I got in the group, I was like upset. I got once I started hanging out with the group, I was like, okay, I got the group going. I'm hanging out with these people.
It's upwards of like 15 new people to hang out with.
Yeah, and then like months later, and then like when I got a year into it, when you're like the next summer, like when we were going to like senior year, or even like just like hanging out like junior year, it's like okay, yeah, I guess I'm in the group now. Like I've cemented myself in the group. That's cool.
Yeah, I think that goes to show like we didn't have like a clique you're in, you know. You just it's a leap of faith, you know.
Yeah, it's all it is, man. Goated, genuinely. I do. I would put that in like a top 10 scenes. I think like just in general, really. There's so much leading to it. The execution of it, like little. I'm not gonna say like little things you miss because it's not a thing you miss. It's obviously right there, but him jumping off and the glass breaks. Like it's not just like a stylistic choice. Like he's still not
Yeah.
ready.
Yeah.
It's hard. I fucking love that movie. Love that scene.
The one thing I didn't like about that scene is
What's the thing? Can't stop me now.
the thing I didn't like about that scene is the kind of voiceover flashbacks, where it's a bunch of
Oh, when he's like
leap of faith, and that was like
yeah,
3 minutes ago.
I could have gone without the leap of faith line, but
I just heard
like
that.
Uncle Aaron telling him the "You're the best of us" smiles.
Yeah.
I think that was pretty good.
Yeah.
It's hype as fuck whenever May is like, took you long enough, and I'm like, shit, May, let's go. You got it. Give me the shooters.
Well, do you know what is Endgame and Teen Titans Go the only movies you saw with us?
As far as I'm concerned, well, not like okay, like a big group. Yes, I would probably say like those are the only two that I've seen. I can't remember any other movie that I've seen where it's like more than four people. Well, maybe the Mario movie recently
Oh,
that
sure.
we saw.
Yeah.
The Mario movie, but even then it was like a small group, and it wasn't like the group. It was kind of offsets.
Sure.
Of
Yeah, that
different
happens all the
groups,
time.
yeah.
Even in high school.
Yeah.
Like the Spider-Verse is a great example. Only like 4 of us went, or maybe
There
more
are a
than that.
couple Halloweens like that as well that are offshoots.
Yeah, you're right.
Like there was one with like Rodrigo, Lucas, Zeke, and you.
Yeah.
Yeah, like a funny pairing.
Like,
Again.
Ocean Drive. It was a great.
Yeah. I was still, what the fuck is they doing that night? I don't know.
Huh.
Many Halloweens where I don't remember what I've done.
There's a lot of them. It's like 20 of them now that you've lived through.
I guess. What did we do last time? We partied?
Probably, yeah. We partied. We had a party. Kickback.
That's dope.
That was dope. We watched Toxic Avenger.
Great.
That was
great
great.
choice. Great
Absolutely.
decision that we took.
Great kickback.
Fucking love Halloween. We're closing in. We're getting there.
I guess we are.
Yeah, it's going by fast. Fourth of July. I didn't even fucking know that 4th of July was coming up soon. I saw the fireworks store was open, and I was like, "Huh, they were never open." And then it hit me that it's like June 27th, and it's like, wow, yeah, that's crazy. It's like a week.
Shit. Yeah, I didn't think about that at all. So, is there anything about the group that you can tangibly tell is just different? Very just out in your face, like, man, it's not like that anymore.
Oh, like from what it was
In high school.
Yeah, I thought you meant in like just in general from like other groups. So I was like, that's a big question.
Oh, yes.
No, but from what it was in high school, yeah, I can tell you.
It's like a big thing that you're just kind of like, well, that's obvious. Like,
Definitely not close knit, but not as connected.
right.
I guess not as entangled in like most one another's lives. Like there's definitely offshoots.
Yeah.
Like you could definitely put like factions, I guess, for
Shit.
lack of a better word.
I see what you mean now.
Yeah, like different groups, and it's like these are the people that are gonna hang out with these people,
Huh.
and we have like other people. But if like those groups meshed, like yeah, they'll hang out too. But like I can't see these two people from like these groups hanging out. Like if they did, cool.
Yeah.
But like I've personally never like I don't see it often. I guess.
Yeah.
I couldn't think of any examples off the top of my head now that I think about it.
Well, okay, going back to the conversation a minute ago, you said that I think I asked Austin this kind of question as well, but you said that you kind of at some point realized that you were essentially a member of the group, you're in it. So soon after that, or even you could say before, but how did you feel about your position in the group and the way people kind of like treated you? How do you think that, were you in like a quote unquote an advantageous position, or did you feel like a little bit more on the outlines of everything?
I don't know the meaning of the word.
Outlines is not the right way to say
No,
that.
not outline.
Like you were an outlier of the group.
Advantageous.
Advantageous, like just kind of like.
I'm gonna sound like an idiot on the podcast. It's a good
Well,
word.
for example, Austin kind of felt like he was treated a bit too well for being such a senior member of the group.
What do you mean?
Well, he mentioned this sort of
If it's
like he mentioned it as a sort of system, and I don't remember what exactly he said. I'm just gonna go with the word monarchy.
like
He
a
said,
cast,
yeah, like he felt like some members were treated too
like
important over others.
seniority and tenure kind of
Yes,
favoritism over elders.
right.
Not outright, really,
Yeah.
but I can see underlying of like where he could be coming from. You know what I mean? I could
Right.
definitely see it.
Yeah, I think it might be more obvious the longer you are around the group.
Yes, like now I could point out some examples
Yeah.
definitely that have happened, like not recently, but kind of recently. You know what I mean? So yeah, there's that. I guess that's another thing that differs
Well,
from back when it was now. Like now it's a little more like I can point out stuff like that now within the group.
interesting.
Yeah.
Well, how do you feel about your position?
Oh, yeah, okay.
How you were treated?
I feel it was pretty cool. I didn't feel like I was treated poorly in any way. Obviously, y'all would come to my house quite often. There was a time where I think my house was one of like the main hangouts. Like we were there,
right, for like D&D,
yeah,
and things like that.
pretty often. So I was invited to hangouts. I was always texted and stuff. People would stay with me for like a week, like a full week, and like it'd be cool.
Yeah.
So I felt like I was a pretty, like at that point in time, I was like, okay, I've cemented myself into the group. These are my peeps. This is my group of people that I'm gonna hang out with. So I felt. Now I will say that I did see
Other people?
not other people, more that I did get the hint that David, Austin, and I've told you this before, so I know you won't take offense to it in any way.
Okay.
That when I thought of you, I thought of like the one who wasn't David or Austin, because I had the connection to Austin, and David was this like personality.
Yeah.
So it was like, oh, and John. The red one.
Well, that's kind of a compliment.
Yeah. If you wanted to be that, then you certainly nailed it.
Absolutely.
You got it. But once, like, again, after I started hanging out with y'all, and I saw that you were your own thing. You were John.
What tipped you off that I was a person?
I don't know. I think you told a joke or something. I was like, that's funny. You made me laugh. And so then I saw y'all three. I was like, okay, so they're definitely. I felt like y'all three were closer, just a tiny bit, than everybody else in the group.
That's interesting that you were able to pick up on that at all. Like, I guess I could see that, but it's interesting that it was that tangible.
Yeah, maybe like. I don't know if I would like even say Zeke was that close, but he was also up there. Like people like would like talk to Zeke and stuff. Definitely more so now. I would say that people are always like Zeke. Baller. Yeah, no, Zeke and I would hang out a lot too. Actually, I think Zeke was one of the first ones that I would hang out with, just like one-on-one.
Wow.
Yeah, like,
really. I didn't know that.
Zeke and I would hang out.
What?
Yeah.
I don't even know that now. Wow.
Yeah.
That's kind of awesome.
It was.
I think he does that. We did that with a lot of people, and I think he got around.
Yeah.
Because, you know what? I think I thought Austin. I did put Austin up there with like getting around the most, but I do think Zeke also got along with almost everyone equally as well.
It's just funny. People think Zeke's really fucking funny.
I can definitely say I've hung out with him by myself, like a lot too.
Yeah, I remember picking you up from Zeke's house at one point. It was just you and him.
Yeah. Wow. Wow.
It's funny. Just smoke with Zeke. Yeah, ball it. Can we talk about that? I'm gonna introduce a topic.
Yeah.
That's okay.
Yeah.
I'm gonna switch it up on the second episode.
Okay, go ahead.
So,
Well, this is probably gonna be like 3 or 4. I'm gonna be honest.
so back in the high school, I know most of the group was on that straight edge wave, right? Nobody, and I guess it was due to our younger
Well,
minds, really. I guess
it's just the constant reminder from adults that you
your
should
parents,
be scared.
You should be scared, and your parents, I guess, are more overbearing on you when you lived with them and everything back in high school, and I guess you personally.
Me personally, sure, but I think a lot of people, like it wasn't even just me. Honestly, I probably would have drank alcohol if I had the option as a kid,
That's
but
crazy. Alcohol, I guess.
I wouldn't have done drugs because in my head, I was so uninformed that I equated weed to like maybe even not crack, but like coke or something.
I wasn't so much uninformed as it was. My family always told me that we have addictive personalities. Like they're like, yeah, we got them, we got it. So you gotta be
That's
careful.
what my parents told me.
Yeah, we gotta be careful. And I was like, you don't know
Get
me.
outta here.
Get out of here. You can't tell me what to do. But I remember like 7th grade. One of my friends finally got me to try. Finally got me to try hitting some weed.
The devil's grass.
Yeah. I was like, okay, we're here. It's just us. We're
Oh,
in the
man.
garage. I'll see. Like,
A
we'll see what's up. I'm
garage.
with my friends. So, see what's up. I'm with the cool parents. Like, if the parents do come home, they're not gonna be like pissed. You know what I mean?
Sure.
And it was out of like a can, like an aluminum can. You know what I mean? Like that type of shit. I know. I don't even think I was smoking it right. But like placebo is like, whoa, it's crazy. And then I
like
didn't,
seeing stuff, man.
and then I didn't smoke it again until freshman year. And freshman year is when I really, okay, I won't say really got into it, but I'll say that's when I started getting familiar with it. That's when I started figuring out like this is how you should smoke. I've got more into bongs at that time, and I was like, well, we gotta buy a bong. I bought a bong. Smoking a little actively at that point.
Wow.
Because I wasn't living with my parents at that point. I was with Lee. I was living with Lee at that point in time. And he also had cool parents, and I lived in the garage. Lee's room separated. There was like a door going from his room into the garage, and I cleaned it out and made it a room. It was really dope. So like I could just walk in through a door. There was Lee's room, so we would hang out. What's the smile on your face, Sean?
Nothing. Don't worry. Go on.
You're mischievous.
Yes.
So yeah, I started smoking a little bit more, but then I moved back into my parents, and I didn't have any more access to it.
So what'd you
I
do?
couldn't smoke in my parents' house. I just didn't smoke.
Oh,
You know
wow.
what I mean? I didn't
That's
smoke
crazy
for,
how
like,
that works.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, that's what caught me off guard. After high school, I found out that you and Lucas were doing acid before you graduated, and like I could not even imagine doing that as a minor.
It's because acid was just easier to do and get than weed. Not get, but we couldn't smoke weed in my house, obviously.
Because of the smell.
Because of the smell.
But even then,
we
like,
could do acid in my house because we were so... Okay, everybody's different, obviously. With acid, people are going to react. And Lucas and I are pretty good
You guys reacted pretty
about,
well.
like, just being chill,
I just like
controlling ourselves on acid.
obviously for some people you could argue that it helps.
Like, the worst is my mom would text me at like 3 a.m. being like, can y'all stop laughing so loud? Can y'all keep it down, please? And
See, that I cannot possibly do acid in the same house as my parents who don't know. Like, I think a lot of people would agree with that.
Yeah, no,
How the fuck did you do
completely
that?
get it. Because again, we were just confident in ourselves. We like, we know that we're not gonna like freak the fuck out. We're just gonna be in my room. We're gonna laugh at videos. We have our lights going on, so we're just like chilling.
That's insane.
And most of our nights, we would like laugh and talk, and then we would like find one thing and hyperfixate on that one thing like the rest of the night and laugh about it.
Were you guys doing gel tabs or paper tabs?
Dude, I don't remember.
Don't.
Gel tabs, paper tabs, probably. I don't know.
Yeah, that's a little bit better.
Gold flakes.
Any gold flakes at your house with Lucas?
I don't know if no. The first time I ever did a gold flake gel tab was with you and Lucas, which was our first time shipping together. And that was something. That was
You think
crazy.
that's something, dude? My first time doing acid.
I've heard
Christian.
tail. I've heard tail. That's crazy. You know,
Fucking Lucas, how can he do that to you? I'm gonna talk about that.
you know, please do. Please bring it up to me because
I'm not sure it'll be on the podcast because it's after high school,
that's
but
crazy.
just to elaborate a little bit, microdot. He put me on a microdot for the first time doing acid. It was gonna be a gel tab. He was gonna be like, let's pick it up. The dealer was like, I don't have any. Here's a guy who has some acid. And I go pick up some microdots. I don't know what acid is. I don't know what this thing is, but I'm going to take it.
Yeah, to you, this is just an acid.
Lucas is like, it's a little stronger. And I was like, well, whatever it is, it's a little stronger, but I guess that's good, right? And it was a lot stronger than an average dose, like 3 times or more. I experienced ego death,
of course.
which I've done a lot of acid after that and never got to that level again for obvious reasons.
That's crazy. Yeah.
Anyways, though, have any regrets?
Have any regrets?
Do you have any regrets from high school?
From high school? I thought you were gonna talk about like drug wise, or like acid. I was
No.
like, no, fuck no.
I love doing this. I love doing this. Putting you on the spot. In terms of, I'm gonna limit it to the group. Do you have any regrets about some actions you've taken, or
let me think.
or actions you didn't take? You know,
Didn't take?
didn't take, you know.
Maybe
not hanging out with someone enough, or something you did, or whatever, what have you. Anything regrets?
maybe not talking out situations with some people in a more reserved manner and
Constructive manner.
letting like feelings get the better of me, like emotions get the better of me in the heat of the moment, you know, like some people would. Yeah.
No, I don't want to get demonetized. I'm not making money on this. But if you want to catch us this podcast 2 weeks before it comes out, you can go to my Patreon and get the pre-access. No.
Cosmic tangerine. Give us one. Buy American.
Just give me money. That's what I want. I want that money.
So yeah, I guess just like not talking it out, not talking certain situations out in a respectable manner, really.
Yeah.
I guess not.
Do you want to be specific, or
do I want to be?
It's up to you.
Let me think about it. Let me think about the not like think about the decision. Let me think about the like how to phrase it, how to put it, in which situation to like say.
Mm-hmm. I finished my mics.
Oh, dude, now they put me on the spot. I can't even think. It's not even like I don't want to answer the question. I'm thinking.
I know it's got to be 1 or 2 somewhere around there.
That's the thing. I thought so as well. I was so fucking ready to just throw it out, whip it out, whip it.
We can move on if.
Would the situation I'm thinking even be fixed by me talking it out in a reasonable manner? It's not that I'm thinking about it.
Whether it was or wasn't, it's a regret, right?
Yeah, okay. You know, if you want, I'll get real on this.
Yeah,
I'll get real then.
That's what I want.
I'll address the elephant in the podcast space.
Okay.
The David thing, whole David situation, and me leaving the band, the Hash Browns, which then resulted in quite a big rift.
Was that during high school that you left the Hash Browns?
No, that was after high school.
This is.
It was like directly after high school.
You can count it, yeah. Let's count it.
It's like basically like we're still there. The group is still freshly.
I guess you're right. Yeah.
Emerging from high school, you know what I mean?
Sure. I mean, it wasn't even COVID yet. Not
yes,
even a year.
not even close to it really, and like basically when high school ended, like a rift happened in the group, and it was like a pretty big one,
to say the least.
Yeah, I would say, and from my point of view at least, because I wasn't there in middle school,
Right.
Crazy. We haven't even brought that up. I'm an outlier in that sense.
Sure. I think a lot of people are. You'd be surprised.
Really?
Not a lot of us
most
did.
of them are just a lot of Baker kids.
Not a lot of us went to Baker. Like, a good chunk of us did, but not everyone. Like, absolutely not. I don't think the twins. No, twins did. Actually, did they? I don't remember.
I went to. I knew Ariel in middle school.
Yeah, that's an example.
I forgot about that one.
Ariel
She's
didn't.
also another one that I met.
I don't think Steve and Orion didn't.
Oh shit!
I don't think.
I
don't think twins
in,
did.
Kindergarten with Orion all the way up until high school.
Didn't Austin also go to kindergarten with Orion?
No, I don't remember Austin in kindergarten.
Maybe I'm mistaking it.
No, I remember Orion though. Kindergarten all the way up until high school.
Well, anyways, back to topic earlier. Yeah, you regret the Hash Browns breakup.
Yeah, I guess more so the breakup of the. Oh, okay. Sorry. As I was saying, from my point of view, that was probably one of the biggest shakeups to the group at that point in time. I guess
it's a bit of a butterfly effect. I can still feel some ripples that existed from that.
Definitely so. There's still underlying shiftiness to some things a bit. But yeah, I just feel like it definitely could have gone in a different way had I not resorted to.
It's being a bitch.
Yeah, it's a joke, but it's also being a bitch because I can definitely. It was a bitch thing.
To be honest, not exactly clinging on to the specific that you're talking about. I was making a joke.
I can understand,
but right, yeah.
But no, I get it. And I'm not gonna say that I am completely 100% wrong. It's a very gray situation, I will say.
Sure.
Very gray situation.
I see.
But I feel like I, on my part, could have done better to resolve said situation and not just okay, well, fuck this, I'm done with that.
Sure.
Fuck you. I'm giving him.
I see.
Shit like that. Because that really, I feel.
It could have gone better or something.
It could have gone better, but it also gave the impression that, it just felt like a big middle finger, I feel.
Uh-huh.
It gave the impression, I really don't give a fuck. Fuck you.
I see.
I want no part of this.
So, you're regretful about it? Are you remorseful about it?
Remorseful? Yes. Yeah, I would say so.
Do you think it's the kind of thing that maybe sometime in the future might be amended?
Amended? Hopefully. Yeah, I mean, who wouldn't want that outright?
Right, yeah. It's just the best scenario.
But it's not talked about right now. Sure. You know what I mean? Nobody talks about it. It's just kind of it just kind of happens. David and I will interact on a daily basis, pretty much.
Yeah.
Way more so than we have in the past 2 years. So that's a pretty big thing. And I feel things are fine. Obviously nothing bad is happening from this. We're civilized. I guess we both just reached the point that, we're adults.
Sure.
So we know how to act.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I brought it to multiple people in the group, I guess, in this conversation that has happened. Because it is a talked about thing.
Okay.
Just not outright talked about, you know what I mean? Outwardly talked about.
Yeah.
That at this point, it's not even. It doesn't affect me in any way. It's not something that I should be clinging on to.
Right.
And need to be clinging on to.
It's just kind of hit this homeostasis.
Yeah, it's just anything that it could do at this point, it's what is it going to do? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I just feel it's reached a point, that's as best as I could put it, where
it's not causing trouble.
It's not causing trouble, and if you would like to have a sit-down conversation about it, I'd be more than willing.
Interesting.
I'm more than happy to, actually, because again, who wouldn't want to amend something such as resolve a situation like this? And just, I feel it wouldn't fix the group. You know what I mean? But it would definitely mend a section of the group where it would feel a little more comfortable.
It's just positive, you know?
Yes, there's just a little more comfortability in asking people to do things, and like this group of people, like there's not like weird things like it's a little weird.
Yeah, it's like I'm not sure if this is
like I don't know if this is the move with this one right now. You know what I mean?
might cause some rifts.
Yeah, and it's not just like a David and me thing. You know what I mean? Like there's obviously some people that have like some people are a little shifty with some people. It's just again that's just people. Again, that's just how people are with people. You can't really make people like.
Yeah, sometimes
like,
I feel
you're gonna like this person. You're gonna hang out with this person.
Yeah,
and you're gonna love you.
In that way, I feel sometimes that the group might work against itself. You know, when there's a bit of
an underlying.
What's the word? A bit of a clash between a couple people or a couple, for lack of a better word, factions, and because we're a group. It's kind of this expectation that we should all be friends, but that kind of makes it ironically more sour in some regards. Like, the fact that we're usually all friends kind of makes it very more clear that we're all at odds right now.
Yeah, it's like
all or just both. You know,
it's like there's a lot of tension right now,
and everyone can feel it.
Yeah. So you calling to attention that everyone's supposed to be friends here. It's not exactly like easing the tension.
God, yeah. It just kind of feels like sour.
Like, we know.
It creates. I think there's been a lot of situations where that it's kind of like comedically terrible scenario has come up in many situations throughout the years. I'm not remembering any specific, but it just sucks, you know.
Yeah, a little bit. It's just a little.
It's a bit of weakness of the group, just by design.
Yes, it's a crack in the dam. You know what I mean? Pretty big one. I would say it's like there may be a leak. We might come up on a leak here. I don't know what we're gonna do if that happens. You know, I would say there was a leak. There's definitely a leak, and I feel now it's been a little.
It's got some flex tape on both sides.
But... Phil's come and he's like, I just made a flex tape movement for anybody, for people who aren't watching the visual version of it.
You're like putting it on like tape, but I was thinking like Phil Swift like slapping it.
Yeah. And you see like rocks pop off. It's like slow motion too. How far would you say we're into this? Do you think you think we're midway or more so?
The reason I was checking my phone is because I'm checking the time, and we still got a good like 15 minutes to go.
15.
Yes, we're an hour 15 in.
That's crazy. Is that the standard?
I shoot for an hour 30 if I can't help it.
Oh, okay. So an hour 15 is what we're at right now.
Yes.
Oh, okay. So an hour 30 is the second feature length film.
Yes, I did mention that. Is there anything about the group that you want to get off your chest?
I don't know. Now that I'm thinking about it, I think that one was pretty airy out with what I had.
Is there anything on the group that
you just... Go on. What are you saying?
Was there anyone in the group that you wish you were closer to?
I don't know. Let me think. I'm trying to think in terms of like...
It could be pretty simple. Just like you don't hang out with them as much as you wish you did.
I guess I would like to hang out with Zeke more. Oh, wow. I definitely don't hang out with Zeke as often as I do. I've been trying to hang out with Zeke one-on-one, but I haven't been actively trying.
Yeah.
Truthfully, honestly, but like in passing, I'll be like, Zeke, let's do this, and he's like, I'm so down. Like, try to make plans to, but nothing comes of it. Kind of my fault though. I never followed up on it.
Interesting.
But he's kind of in his hermit era right now. I don't blame him. So he's like existing but not existing right now. So
yeah, when I was unemployed like him. I also did nothing all the time. It's not something close to nothing, but different from the day before. But I was living with Austin and Marion. I was lucky in that regard. But Zeke is alone, and I think he lives with some family members, so that makes it a bit, just a little more difficult for that situation. He needs to get out. I think we should let him get out.
That's what I'm saying.
He needs to get out of here. But yeah, well, that's interesting.
I would like to hang out with Zeke more. I think that I would hang out with. Again, I would like to hang out with Zeke and David. I hear them talking all the time. Like, I'll just hear Zeke on the end of David's mic, and it's like, well, they're hanging out right now.
Did you hang out? Yeah.
Yeah. I'm trying to think of other people in the group, but now I'm like blanking. Because again, I hang out with like core group pretty often, I guess.
I guess it kind of goes without saying that a lot of us hang out with people that we want to keep in touch with. I mean, it just happens.
Yeah, like I'll hang out actively with the people that I'm like.
It really want to, but I guess that's why I asked that question in case it's a situation kind of like what you just said with Zeke that you want to, but you just can't.
Sometimes stuff just doesn't come from it. Like Zeke, when you listen to this, I want to hang out even in the future.
When you in the future, I gotta say, Christian, this is not gonna come out for like a month, maybe.
That's fine. Probably won't hang out with Zeke in a month.
And
then a month from when it gets released. When I say this.
Wow. Okay.
So yeah, that would be my answer. So I'm gonna. This bowl right here, is like kind of finished, but not like the hit that I'm about to get is not gonna do anything for me.
There's some green on the side.
Yeah, I'm gonna try to finish it and then pack another one so I can finish off the episode with the fresh bowl.
Were there any patterns during high school in the group that you kind of disliked and you wish that we didn't do?
Yeah. So sorry, I'm smoking right now. And okay, it's not a bad thing. This is completely like my own personal thing, and it's only because this wasn't my upbringing, right?
Sure.
So every time we would go to a hangout,
right,
a party, so it's and I would hang out with the group. There would always be.
There were no drugs, alcohol, or sex.
Yeah,
what is up with that?
That was the thing. There was always at one point, I just know that Smash was gonna get brought out.
Yeah.
It was going to get played. Some type of game like that was going to get played, and I don't play those games. I never played Smash. I was a noob at Smash. So, like...
and that's quite unfortunate, because we were all very, very good.
Very, very good. And it was a hobby for y'all, and something y'all actively, passionately did. Yeah.
Indeed. We would, like... There'd be a passion.
Can y'all bring another TV to the hangout so we can play Smash?
Sometimes
while other people are playing Smash. And then if you go to the other room, they play Mortal Kombat.
Yeah, another like more hardcore fighting game.
Yes, and like that's all the hangouts would be at some point. And like pizza, but then it's gone. Like I get a slice and that's it.
Oh man. Sometimes we'd watch movies, but that was like 5% of the time.
Yeah, and like I don't know.
That's funny too that you say that, because I wish we played Smash more now. We never do that anymore.
That is so funny, because like now it's JoJo.
ASBR? I feel like we never played that anymore. We did.
That's crazy, because the last party I went to, it was played. The party before that, it was played.
What?
Yeah, David's party that I went to. No, your birthday party at David's recently. Y'all played it.
It was played there.
Was it New Year's? I think y'all played it.
Huh. That sounds kind of right.
Yeah. Y'all tried playing it at another party, I think, but nothing came of that.
Yeah.
Everybody, like, someone will just be like, oh, my Josuke can beat your Jotaro. And then it, like, delves into, like, oh, this is what we're doing now. This is what the party is going to become now.
I can't believe you don't like ASBR. It's JoJo's.
It's just because I'm not a fighting game guy.
Okay, I kind of am a little bit. I only I'm kind of like you with just video games in general. I only get into fighting games that are of IPs that I give a shit about. I don't play Street Fighter. I don't play Mortal Kombat that often.
Okay, so that's the thing, because you tell me that Breath of the Wild is this fantastic single player experience.
It's really good,
and I tell you that I like that type of shit.
Yeah.
But I like IPs. I like the Star Wars.
I did notice that. The most games you play.
Why it happens?
Okay. I did notice that The other day, I made this observation to Austin, and I was like, you know what? Christian only kind of plays video games that are like of IPs he cares about, like Spider-Man and Star Wars. I don't think you would play Rogue One, my dumbass.
I watch them.
What game was it called again? I'm kind of blanking on it. Jedi Survivor?
I beat it.
Yeah.
100%.
I don't think you would have played that game if it wasn't Star Wars themed. If it was just a generic sci-fi game, you wouldn't have played it.
I don't know, because the combat's fun. Like, it makes me want to play a Souls-like.
Interesting.
You know what I mean? Because
Sure.
I really fuck with the parrying.
Yeah.
I like the different kind of combat
Right.
that they have. Like, there's the whole like double bladed being used for crowd control, and it's like really fast. Like, I really fuck with that type of shit. And the crossguard stance is a heavy, and then they have heavy swords, like great swords and stuff like that. It's just different type of playstyles.
But my point is that you wouldn't even know that you would liked it because you probably wouldn't have even picked it up because it's a generic sci-fi game.
Yeah, true, but it serves as a doorway to me wanting to play more like it. You know what I mean?
You know.
So if it wasn't for it, I wouldn't even think about playing fucking Souls. Like, I'd be like Elden Ring, Bloodborne.
You know it has good parrying.
Please tell me what Nintendo game has good parrying.
You own it. You own a game with good parrying that's on Switch.
Can I take a guess?
Sure. If you guess, you get to play it.
Oh boy, is it Breath of the Wild?
Let me tell you guys about this. This is nothing you do with the group. It's personal now. I bought Christian a $50
Switch.
A $50 Switch game. I don't remember if it was 60 or 50. Probably 50. I bought him Breath of the Wild because I know he will like it. And then he played it, but never got off the Great Plateau, which is a tutorial area.
Never got off the Great Plateau.
It's an area of the game where you just learn how the game fucking works, and he didn't even get past it. And it's like, I don't know. He's being kind of coy. And I'm just like, bruh, just play for 30 minutes more, and the whole game will be open to you. It's like fucking Skyrim. It's just like fucking Skyrim. You love Skyrim, right?
Look, I did.
You did.
I do.
Past tense. Oh, dude.
I haven't played it in a while, so I don't know. But I'm sure I'm not going to dislike it now.
This is like Skyrim, but epic.
Skyrim, but epic. Is that what you call it? You know, you never answer me when I'm like, John, I better see. You're really coy about. I'm like, John, I better see Zelda feet. And you're like, I don't know.
I don't want to spoil it for you.
Why would it be spoiled? I'm gonna look it up.
Because that's like half the surprise, and also you don't know how much the Zelda feet appear in the game. You don't know that.
Okay, fine, whatever.
I don't want to say it shows up once because that's spoiled for you. You'll play to the feet and then you'll stop.
And then I'm like, all right, feet done.
There it was. I worked for it and I got the reward and I'm done.
Look, once I get the glider, I'm gonna get off the Great Plateau.
Yeah.
And then I'm gonna go do stuff.
Do some stuff, dude. That's half the actually just fucking around and stumbling into anything is half the fucking fun.
Okay, well, look, I really want to play on my Switch Lite.
Okay,
I'm gonna do that.
I can't believe you say that and you can have it played on the fucking TV.
Have you felt the Switch Lite?
Yes, that's all I play games on.
It's an amazing feeling console.
It's a great console.
It's an amazing feeling.
I don't doubt it.
Like, look, and it's a handheld. And I want to use it as a handheld. And really, I'm going to take it to San Antonio tomorrow.
Okay.
And I might play it on the car drive. Oh, how about that?
That sounds great. That sounds awesome. You're going to have no internet sometimes. So, why have no internet? Just
like, I'll play fucking Breath of the Wild.
It's all you.
However,
I'll tell you guys also.
That game literally took all of the space on my Switch.
I deleted all of Christian's games just to download it.
Yeah, I can't play anything else.
It's a digital copy of the game.
It's a Breath of the Wild machine.
He has no SD card in that Switch Lite. All it plays is Breath of the Wild.
I'm a Breath of the Wild player.
It plays Breath of the Wild. That's what you do with it.
That's all I can do with it. Is the thing.
Oh.
I'm gonna. Okay, you have one more question. You have one more good question.
You better ask it, Rick. It's like that one fucking Nerd War interview. Who was it with? It was like, you have 3 questions, better make them count, or something like that.
It better not be no stupid shit.
We are running out of time, so that's a good question here at the end. Let me pull out a good zinger here at the end. This is going to be a little bit of a doozy, but it's real, and what I want is reality.
That's all I care about.
Might be a sour note to end off of, but who cares? Who cares?
I walk away like in an interview. Oh, good for you.
If there's one member of the group that you really wouldn't want to be trapped in a room with, who would it be?
Oh man, this is a good one. What are we counting as like anybody in the group?
Anybody in the group.
I can really say multiple people.
Sure, let's just go with one.
Just one.
Don't want to offend too much.
Yeah, you're right. The other person, I just want to say is like the same level. Like,
Same level?
Like equally. Like if it wasn't this person, it's definitely this other person.
Okay, sure.
It was just at the flip of a dime.
All right,
this one time.
pick one.
Orion.
Orion.
Yeah.
Okay, check this out. Let's see. Why?
Why? Because I've known Orion since, again, kindergarten, and I've seen Orion grow up.
Interesting.
Into, high school.
Uh-huh.
Saw him graduate. I've been in a group chat with him after high school, so I know how, he kind of is.
Okay.
And, I wouldn't hang out with him back then. I wouldn't want to hang out with him now. Personally, not my kind of guy.
So it's not that he did anything, it's just...
He was just kind of a very emotional kid.
Emotional kid.
Yeah, a lot of waterworks. And that's not a bad thing, really. I don't want to dog on anybody for crying, but I mean... It's just like a daily occurrence.
Really?
Like a daily occurrence, yeah. I just didn't, as a kid, it's like, I don't want to hang out with you. Not because you cry, but you're like... You know how some people called y'all weird in high school?
Right.
It's like the same effect.
Interesting.
I don't know. And then, after high school, in the group chat, and I saw how he is now.
Uh-huh.
At least from what he just shows off, right? Because I don't hang out with him in public. I don't see him personally, just from what I gather from the messages that he put in the group chat.
Uh-huh.
It's not the kind of guy that I want to hang out with. I guess. See. You know what I mean? Trying to make it. I'm not trying to be harsh about it. You know what I mean?
It's not personal.
It's not a personal thing. It's just
Just not.
I'm not gonna actively hang out with you, I guess. You know what I mean?
I see.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I might. I think quite a few people have that. Like that one person. It is big enough of a group that silently some people might not mesh with other people as well as others.
Truthfully and honestly, I feel like if I'm put in a room with any other person in the group, besides the other person that I was gonna name, I could strike up a conversation with everyone, anything. We'll find something to talk about.
Who's to say? I mean, I don't know. You guys might overlap in some common interest, right?
Maybe.
It's just his behavior that's a bit of a turnoff for you.
A little bit.
Okay. Well,
it's the execution of it, not so much the idea. You know what I mean?
Wow. Very analyzed.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know.
Can I? This is gonna be really, really short. I'm gonna throw it back to something earlier that you said. This is about film school. Not film school, just a film class. So you think if you applied to film school, what are the prerequisites to applying to film school? You think if you went to film school, that would have been a way better situation where they actually delve into
Probably, yeah.
Yeah, because just a community college where they have a film class, it's you don't really know what they're about. But if you apply to a film school,
yeah,
what do you think you need for that?
I don't know. That's it. Money. Need a lot of money.
Probably. Your grades probably have to be good.
Do they? Do they really?
I don't know. That's the thing.
That sounds stupid as fuck.
Could I fucking apply to film school?
Probably.
I don't know if I would get it because I saw someone on a podcast get a the reaction, they're like, "Yo, real quick, I just got accepted to film school," and it's like that's crazy. It's like it's a big thing. Obviously, getting accepted into any school, but like
Accepted, like it's an exception.
yes, like films. Like, what do they check for film school? You know what I mean?
Huh. That is odd. It does really seem really fucking stupid to calculate it by
Like, how do you know?
academic aptitude.
Yeah, how do you know I'm not really good at analyzing the meaning of this film,
Yeah.
or like telling you outright what this means?
Maybe it goes into just like English and literature classes. That's what they check for. Maybe I don't know.
I don't know. You know, viewers, you tell us. You give us your opinion on this. That's something for you to think about on your way out.
I'm still reeling from the Ryan bombshell.
Really? It was a bombshell?
I'm trying to no. I'm just trying to segue off of that. And I knew it not be positive. It's an inherently negative question.
I assumed that me going into the film school thing would just kind of lead it. You were just going to lead someone else, but you went back to it.
I brought it back.
Is that a good? Is that a good one to end? A good one to end?
Well, hey, I mean, it's not like he's alone, right? There's another person. You wanna call him out? It's on equal footing of that you don't want to be trapped in a room with him.
I did make knowledge of something earlier. I don't know if it's said in the podcast or if I just kind of said it before we started recording.
Yeah.
I made reference to something of a situation similar to this. And Steve.
Okay.
And if you get it, you get it. You know what I mean? You know.
I suppose so. They're both cool guys. They're both mean the best.
They both have great intentions.
Ironically, I feel like
they're both good heart.
Sure, yeah. I feel like ironically they both can have comparisons can be drawn between Steve and Ryan with Zeke in some regards.
Really?
I don't want to get into it.
Yeah, you don't need to. You got
we are running out of time here.
It's cool.
But yeah, it's I feel like they're
the cool guys, just not my people. I guess we're different people.
Different people. Yeah, sure.
The way you put it.
Yeah, honestly, if I'm going to be completely honest, you guys are kind of night and day in terms of personalities.
Yeah.
Steve gets along with a lot of people within the group, but I can see why Steve and Ryan don't really mesh well with someone like you. And it's bound to happen with a group as big as our group.
Yeah, just conflicting personalities, different interests.
Very, very much so. I think. Well, I feel I brought it up earlier. I do feel like there might be some overlap, but I'm not so sure it's big enough to sort of create a.
Like I remember at one point in time, Ryan and I could talk about like Spider-Man 3.
Who can't, you know?
We probably still could, but it wouldn't be in the same way that like you and I or like Austin and I would talk about Spider-Man 3. You know what I mean? He would probably talk to me about like Toby dancing.
Maybe. Well, I'm looking forward to their episodes. I'm trying to get one of the two for episode 2.
I'm very, very interested in those episodes. I
hope so.
I will be there to listen like day one.
I very much hope so.
It drops.
That's actually what I hope for most, is that some people who might not hang out so much would listen to the others episodes.
It's interesting because I don't hang out with them, so I don't know what their view is.
Getting their view and perspective on what happened and what's happening. I hope it's interesting.
It's crazy. And happy birthday, Tobey Maguire.
Oh, yes.
He's 48 years old. Can you believe it?
As of recording, yeah. All right. Well, I guess that's wrapping up. Do you have any final thoughts to go out on? Anything you want to say and throw out there for everyone listening?
I think that the hardcover Viz Media JoJo Stone Ocean Volume 1 cover that they revealed recently, really cool. Really good green. Are you kind of upset that Phantom Blood is also green?
No, because they're different cover series.
I guess so.
Well, you guys go out, buy Stone Ocean manga. This episode is sponsored by Viz Media. It's not. Yeah. Well, I think that's good. Yeah.
That's great.
All right. Well, we're heading out. This is Kazajan here with Christmas Tangerine,
It's been me.
Mr. Hipster himself.
I am that.
Signing out. We'll
Yeah.
see you guys in the next one. Say goodbye, Christian.
Bye, Christian.
You bitch. See ya.